So we'll have a little discussion this evening. I want to position myself. I can see all your beautiful faces. Man overboard. Chakshurun militam jena tasmai Sri Guruve namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Namayo Prachodaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Vicharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I hope you have questions for me this evening. Questions are always wonderful, fun, illuminating. Because this month is the month of Damodar, Kartika, Brata, the month of pleasing Srimati Radharani, I thought I'd discuss a little bit about Bhakti Yoga. After all, many of us are practicing Bhakti, and to know what it is and to understand its benefits, and that plays into the fact that when one performs Bhakti during this month in particular, Bhakti is extremely powerful in and of itself. In this month, it's 1,000 times more powerful. In other words, when you chant your japa, you chant in kirtan, it has even more power or more potency by the mercy of Radharani. So it'd be nice to discuss with you all, a little bit about Bhakti and try to understand Bhakti Yoga. The two together, they're not really separate, because yoga literally means to connect, to link up. And Bhakti explains what we are connecting to or linking up to. It's not, just ubiquitous. It's not just the universe. But Bhakti Yoga in particular, according to the lineage that we come from, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and all the predecessor acharyas, they were very specific and went to great extremes, great detail to give us an understanding not only of what Bhakti Yoga is, what are the benefits of Bhakti Yoga, and how we practice it in such a way that we can make rapid advancement. And rapid advancement means even in this lifetime, if we become pure in this lifetime, that's rapid advancement. Because imagine how many millions of births that we could have had prior to this birth. Literally, we could have had millions of births. So Bhakti Yoga is extremely powerful. One time, one of Srila Prabhupada's students asked him, Srila Prabhupada, how long would it take for me to become liberated? Would it take many, many births? Prabhupada said it could take just a few seconds.
Yeah.
What is preventing us? Like in everything, like in our life, what's preventing us, from doing anything? Really, it's our mind, isn't it? Our mind is the obstacle that's there. The internal dialogue that we cultivate, not only in this life, but in many, many births, the kind of internal dialogue that we are cultivating. So Bhakti Yoga helps us to reconfigure our internal dialogue. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. We all come with our baggage. That's just who we are, what we are, the karma we bring with us. You know, sometimes people ask me about karma, and I liken karma to the waiter in a restaurant. A good waiter will bring exactly what you ordered, right? So karma means you did something in your previous life and you're getting exactly what you ordered, exactly what you cultivated your lifetime for. And Lord Brahma says that in the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. He says, don't blame anybody else for your problems, but understand that you are the source of your own problems. You have cultivated your mind and your karmic reactions to the T. That's why you have everything that you have to the T, because you earned it. You desired it. Any suffering that's there, it's not external. We can't blame this person or that person. We can't blame the politicians, although it is fun to do that. But we get exactly what we ordered. The suffering that we get, even the perspective that we have in this life. We all are unique in who we are. And we are unique in our perspective. And I believe it's in the Talmud where it says, what is that saying? You don't see things as you cannot see things as they are. You see things as you are. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. So that means the perspective that we are cultivating, the gunas that we are cultivating according to our lifestyle, our diet, and all the things that we bring into this world. If we live a sattvic lifestyle, we're cultivating a sattvic perspective, which is full of illumination, is full of wisdom, is full of happiness, clarity of perspective, and peace. If we cultivate a sattvic or a mode of goodness lifestyle. If we cultivate a more rajasic lifestyle, then there's lots and lots of actions in our life, a lot of desires in our life, lamentation, creativity, and distress. As sattvic cultivates happiness, rajasic cultivates distress. Or tamasic, a tamasic lifestyle. Laziness, indolence, sleep. Cannot see things as they are. So if we have a cloudy perspective, a diluted perspective, that's the way we see the world. Not as it is. I remember I was speaking to a good friend of mine. She's a lawyer. And she says, there's always three sides of the story. Your side, the other side, and the truth. Take that from a lawyer. So this is what we have to understand. Bhakti Yoga comes in three different divisions. Sadhana Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti means you practice, you cultivate. A sadhana means you do something repeatedly over a long period of time. That's the way Patanjali describes sadhana. Something that's done again and again over an extended period of time. So sadhana bhakti means, bhakti literally means love, devotion, and depending where you draw your definition in the Garuda Purana, which Prabhupada often quotes, love and devotion or devotional service to the Supreme. That's the way Srila Prabhupada defines it. Baladev Vidyabhushan defines it, etc. Bhakti can also mean, there are synonyms for bhakti too. Because bhakti also means love, devotion, worship. It also can mean dharma, Bhagavat dharma. What is dharma? How do we define dharma? Dharma, according to the bhakti tradition, is that which is constitutional. Your dharma is your eternal constitution. And Prabhupada would preface it with the word sanatan, sanatan dharma, which means eternal constitution. Like, what is the constitution of the dharma of water? Yes, liquidity, wetness. What is the constitution of fire? Heat and light. So that wherever there's fire, there's heat and light. Wherever there's water, just like the young boy found out, he fell into the pool and he is wet. Because that is the constitution of the water. So a synonymous definition with Bhakti Yoga is our establishing our eternal constitutional position. Because right now, as long as we think ourselves this body and all of the layers that are there, we're like an onion. There are many layers. So we have many upadis. Upadis means designations. Many things that we attribute to who we are. I'm man, you're woman, you're from India, you're from Kazakhstan, you're from Russia, you're from, all these different layers that we have, that we place and we identify with. Why do we identify with it? Krishna says in the Gita, that which you associate with. Dhyayato vishayam pumsas, sangas teshu vijayate. What you sangha? What's your sangha? If your sangha is the body and the mind, then that's what you identify with. That's what you become attached to. That's what you consider to be the self. And when we have that attachment, dhyayato vishayam pumsa sangas teshu bachayate sangat sanjayate kama. Then as a result of acting according to your external nature, because we have different dimensions to our existence. We have our body existence, our sensory existence, our mental existence, our intellectual existence, our egoistic existence. And if we swirl around only in that, then we attach ourselves to that nature. What is the nature of the material energy? What does Krishna say is the nature of the material energy? Nasato vidyate bhava, nabhavo vidyate. What's the nature? That which is temporary, that which has no duration, that is not reality. That which has no cessation, that is reality. So, does the material energy have any, this body, mind, does it have an eternality? Are you going to be Varun for the rest, for all of your existence? Rakesh, you're going to be Rakesh for all of your existence, the eternal Rakesh? Anirudh, are you going to be the eternal Anirudh? He doesn't know. So he had his fingers crossed. No, we know. As much as we don't like to admit it, we know that this body has a shelf life. I remember my mother lived to be 92 years old. And the last 7 years, she developed dementia, which really was a good thing for her because she forgot all her bad habits. She became more sattvic in dementia than when she had all of her marbles. So, but I remember her saying to me, you know, she was 92. I used to go visit her, you know, regularly. And she says, it looks like I'm nearing the end. And I said, Mom, we all are. I said, you could outlive me. I said, we all nearing our end. Every moment. In the Bhagavatam, it says, as the sun rises and the sun sets. Now, we cannot buy back one moment of time. Prabhupada tells the story of a surgeon, and he had a patient, and he was going to do an operation on that patient. And the patient said, dear sir, to the surgeon, I'll give you lots of money. Just give me 4 more years of life. I'll give you lots of money. Give 4 more years of life. When people say that to my wife, she laughs at them. She said, what? You're going to die. I'm going to die. We're all going to die. She's famous in her clinic. Because Dr. Puglisi, she tells it like it is. She doesn't mince any words. A man came in to see her the other day. He was 450 pounds. She said, what are you doing? You're killing yourself. You're going to die. And he started crying. Big guy. And he started crying. She said, I'm sorry to be so blunt, but I love you. And you're killing yourself. You've got to lose weight. This is compassion. It's called tough love. And we have to develop that internal dialogue to ourselves. What are we doing? What is the purpose of life? One of the pillars of happiness, according to psychological research, is purpose. A person without purpose is missing one of the pillars of happiness. Another pillar of happiness is community. A person who does not have a community, a supportive, loving community, support system, is not happy. A person who does not have a positive cultivation of a positive story, meaning in your mind, your mindset, your internal dialogue, is not happy. Because a negative story is always telling you what you can't do. You can't do this, you can't do that, that won't make you happy. No, can't, all the what do they call it? Conjunction? Can all of that you put into your verb, your verbal, your dialogue. That's what you're listening to. So this is another pillar of success, to cultivate. So what is sadhana bhakti? Sadhana bhakti means that you realize that there is a higher purpose to life, and you cultivate a yoga system, a yoga discipline, which will reveal to you what is that purpose in life. So in bhakti, we have 5 pillars of bhakti in our sadhana: chanting, kirtan and japa, association, being with like-minded people. Here you are, you're sitting here on a Sunday evening and you're chanting and you're listening to this lecture, and we're going to offer ghee lamp to Radha Damodar during Kartik. You've made that conscious choice to do that. And that's amazing. That means you've chosen a kind of sangha that can uplift you and cultivate an internal dialogue, which is very positive and is pointing you towards love, which is your dharma. Your eternal position is to be love, in love, lovers of the Supreme. That's our dharma, our eternal dharma, Sanatan Dharma. So sadhana bhakti, we're cultivating through the sangha that we keep, good association, through the chanting that we do, kirtan, japa, chanting on our beads, doing our meditation in that way. There's 3 ways you can chant japa: silent, whisper, and yelling loudly. Mm-hmm. When the mind is really ornery, that's when the loudness comes in. Sometimes I startle my son because we try to chant japa together. Sometimes I go, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He looks at me and says, "Yeah, my mind was really doing a number on me. I had to override it." So japa, kirtan, sangha, nice association, swadhyaya. We hear from sacred texts like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Purana, all these different texts that illuminate our path with the torchlight of knowledge. We illuminate our path with the torchlight of knowledge. Then, so that's Swadhyaya. Then, holy place. We go to a holy place, sacred place. What makes a place sacred? Who can tell me? Ishwararanda. What makes a sacred place?
The Lord was there.
The Lord was there, and
Devotees are there.
And the devotees are there. Yeah. Advanced personalities that you can get that sangha from, get that association. In fact, Srila Prabhupada says that really makes it the holy place, the tirtha. Because by the presence of a powerful sage, people come and deposit all of their sinful activities into the Jamuna or the Ganga or Radha Kund or wherever. The sage comes there, and by the potency of their purity, just dismisses it. And what is the point of being in a sacred place? To create a sacred place within your heart. That is where we want to have the tirtha of a sacred place. So what do? We go to a sacred place. We take the benefit of association and the energy that is there, the bhakti shakti that is there. We take that, we bring it into our home, right? We bring it into our home. We create our home as a sacred place. But ultimately, it's to carry the sacred place within your heart, so that anywhere you go, any situation that you're in, the sacred place is there. So bhakti, through sadhana, the first stage, is creating, it's purifying the heart. so that the Supreme Lord can come and sit there. Right? And all the 30 things that have accumulated over the course of lifetimes, the anger, the lust, the greed, the envy, the delusion, the negativity, all of these things that kind of accumulate and create that perspective that we were talking about before. We do not see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So if we have all of these things within the core of our heart, that is what we see through. And that is what we see as. We see the greed. What is greed? This is mine. Whatever it is mine. I'm jealous. You have a nicer house, a better car, you're better educated, you're better looking, you have all this jealousy. Sadhana bhakti naturally is cleansing the heart from these things. There once was a dog that lived in a little village in India, and that dog was very greedy. He never had enough. The dogs are always, you watch them, right? They're always sniffing, looking. My dog, he's always looking for something. He's always looking, he's always on the prowl for something. So this dog was very greedy. He was always looking for food. And anytime you would see the dog is looking for food, the dog is trying to steal food, etc. So one time he saw a big bone. And he said, "Oh, I got it." And he runs up and he grabs the bone. Now, where he lived was on the other side of the bridge. In the village, there was a river, and on the other side of the river was connected from a bridge. So he found the bone on the other side of the river, so he had to cross back over the river. When he's crossing back over the river, he looks down and he sees another dog with another bone. And he's going, "I want that bone from that other dog." So he opens his mouth to try to snatch the bone from the other dog. And of course, the bone falls out of his mouth and into the river. And then the dog goes, "That was my reflection. What an idiot." So we see with greed in our hearts, we lose, we don't gain. Greed thinks that I gain so much more. We don't gain. We actually lose. Just like the dog thought he was going to gain a second bone. And when he opened his mouth, boom, he lost both the reflection and the reality. And anger. There was this one young boy who was very, very angry. And his father told him, "Son, this anger is going to get you into a lot of trouble." So the boy at least had good enough intelligence, excuse me, to say to the father, "Yeah, Dad, you're right. You know, I get into fights at school. I get into trouble at school. The anger is doing me no good. What should I do?" The father says, "Every time you get angry, you go over to the fence and you bang in a nail. It's called venting your anger." So the son says, "Okay, that sounds like a solution." So every time the son got angry, he ran over to the fence, boom, 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 he bangs in the nail. First day, 10 nails. Following week, 5 nails. He's seen some progress. The following week, the third week, 3 nails, 2 nails, 1 nail. Then he runs to his father, "Dad, no nails today. I didn't bang in any nails today. Your solution has worked." Father said, "Very, very good." He said, but now what you have to do is think about pulling the nail out. And he says to the son, what happens when you pull the nail out? And the son says, well, there's a hole in the fence. So the father says, aha. That is how dangerous and detrimental anger is. That even you are controlling your anger, it creates scars in the heart and in the heart of others. So I can go on with stories, but suffice it to say, the sadhana practice, the sadhana bhakti yoga, minimizes, reduces naturally, normally, what these things that are accumulating in our heart are doing to us. Very, very naturally. Bhakti yoga is not a yoga of renunciation. It is a yoga of absorption. It's not a yoga of negation. It's a yoga of absorption. There are yoga systems by Shankaracharya and others from the Advaitin school. They try to negate the senses. And bhakti literally means to engage the senses. You like to speak? You like to sing? You like entertainment? Do it for the Lord. Do it for the Supreme. Whenever I say that, sometimes in yoga studios, God is not a welcome word. They say, we're not here for religion. But yoga is not a religion. Yoga is dharma, which means it is what you are. So bhakti yoga is what you are constitutionally, is to serve. Right? When you love someone, what happens?
Do anything for them, you serve them.
You do anything, you give. Actually, they did a study in Harvard University. People were happier giving than receiving, because the loving tendency is to give. We give. We want to give. And what we receive by giving selflessly, because you can give and then get recognition. Some organizations, they say, if you give a donation, we'll put a plaque on the wall with your name on it. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But the higher principle is if you can give selflessly. So bhakti is the cultivation of the giving heart, the utilizations of everything that you have, and we as an offering to the Supreme. That is the bhakti heart that we are cultivating. And when we cultivate it, what happens? The anger, the greed, the lust, the envy, the delusion, the jealousy, the negativity, slowly by slowly, they diminish naturally. In the Tattvam Sutram by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he says we do not have to cultivate independently to get rid of these things. We need simply to practice our sadhana bhakti, and all of these things will diminish, and all the positive qualities will grow. Kindness, compassion, mercy, friendship, all of these are seeds that are planted, seeds that are generated by the Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of devotion to the Supreme. So sadhana bhakti leads us to bhava bhakti. What is bhava bhakti? Bhava means what? Yes, loving mood and emotion. That's the other thing about bhakti. Bhakti does not dismiss emotions. You give your emotion. If you're fiery, then give that fire. Swaha. Offer that fire. That's your nature. Give it. So those emotions are powerful, right? When you get angry, don't you get consumed by that anger? Of course, to the degree. But emotions are so powerful, it consumes you. Imagine through the practice, through the cultivation of bhakti, you learn how to channel those emotions. Hanuman and his anger towards Ravana. He burnt all Sri Lanka. He was so angry for Ram. Right? Kubja. When Kubja saw Krishna, she's like, whoa, wow. She was so lusty after Krishna. Krishna is the original chiropractor. Kubja had a hunchback. Krishna grabbed her from behind and straightened her up. But her lust for Krishna had totally purified her heart. Greed. Now one may say, how do you become greedy? Greedy, another word for greed, lolyam. Lolyam means eagerness, greediness. To serve others, to serve the Supreme. In fact, Rupa Goswami says you cannot advance without lolyam, without greed. Advancement won't be there. Because what do we have? We have a tendency to be apathetic, lackadaisical. But if we use our greed in a positive way, everything can be used, especially these powerful emotions. They capture the mind and we give it as an offering to Krishna. That is our bhakti. That is our bhakti yoga system. Connecting yoga, linking up, connecting to the Supreme through giving. Selflessly. Food we offer to Krishna, there comes prasadam. Everything is an offering to Krishna. So this evening, we're in the mood of the month of Damodar. You all will have an opportunity to make an offering. You'll come up here. I don't see a
Candle, light, lamp.
no, the Achman. Can you ask my wife? And she's supposed to sing the Damodar Astakam. So there's an Achman, it's a water cup. Someone will purify your hand. With your right hand, you'll be given a ghee wick. And then we have a, right here, we have a candle. You light, hopefully the Vayu will cooperate this evening with us. You know, the wind. But you'll light the ghee wick and you just make a nice offering to our deities and offer to all the devotees present. And while that is going on, we'll sing this beautiful prayer, the Damodar Astakam, and it has such a beautiful melody. Now, if you want to sing along, the Sanskrit's a little complicated, but if you want to sing along, you just go to kksongs.org, kksongs.org, and then you'll see lyrics. You hit the lyrics button and go to D. and look for Damodar Astakam. And then you can sing along. So all we need is Gokula Priya, and we'll be ready to go.
She said she needs 10 minutes.
She needs 10 minutes?
You can give a short class, Prabhu.
I just gave a long class. Okay, okay, then.
Yeah.
Bharat, do you want to sing?
Yeah.
Sing, Bharat. Namayom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedantam Swami Nityaname Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Asatya Destarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Jaya Jaya Guru Dev. Jaya Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Jaya
So now we'll sing the Damodarastikam, and let's logistically figure this out. I think we should come this way here, and we'll make an exit for you that way. So you can line up. Gokula, you're gonna make the move over. Yes.
Maybe sing.
I'll sit here.
Where should
Because people.
Alright. can go like
Yeah.
Come this way and exit that way.
You want to exit this?
Yeah, exit that way.
Oh, you want to do it too?
No, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Let's
Here.
switch.
Let's
tables.
I'll put this over there.
Yeah.
Нарочито позовите, пожалуйста. Предлагать будет. No problem, I'll just.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna do that too.
Yeah, sit like this, sit like this. Coming this way, exit over there.
Hare Krishna. Namam Vishwaram Sachidanandarupa Lasat Kundam Ram Gopure Rajapa. Param Vishram Pachantra Drutya Gopa Rudantam Mupurnetam Yugmam Ridantam Param Bodhayumena
Varam deva moksham moksham vajinda Nachanya vrine bhavare shodapeta Idam teva purnat agupala pala Adame malasya Sanke maya Idam te mukhambam matyam taniva Nitam kuntalashmi bharatashagopa Idam te mukhambam matyam taniva Nitam kuntalashmi Mogushunditam bimbarakataram Yana sharirashtam salam aksharam Namo Deva Jammo Dharanantarante Pratira Prabodhu Sadya Lakshmi Namo Deva Tripadi Shashati Sambatani Grihane Samana Gram Vedyakshidrishaha Ove Radha Javasam Jaivayan Vayamachita Bhakti Vajakrita Tata Prema Ayat Namoksha Graho Deshida Mudaresa Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Beautiful.
Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivarjakatratos Sri Sriman. His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivarjakatratos Sri Sriman. His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki. Koti Vaishnava Varindiki. Namacharya Haridas Ki. Sri Sri Radha Damodar ki, Gaur Nitai ki, Gaur Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki, Damodar Bhatta ki, Jai Gaur Premanand. All glories to the assembled devotees. Glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Jai Sri Guru Sri Gauranga Hari Hari Bol.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Okay, all those who have not been able to offer the lamp, they can still go, okay? Those who Sakti. No, those who have not been able to offer the lamp, you. Rushing at it? Where's your son? Oh, your son. It's difficult to find.
Yeah, just change.
Sing for him. Sing on his behalf.
We'll sing together.
Namaste, Namaste.
And now, as Sangha Prabhu always says, the best part of the program, the icing on the cake. We'll serve out prasadam in just one moment. Mahaprasad Govinde.
Namo Brahmane
Vaishnave. Svapa Punyabatan Rajan. Pasho Navajayate. Rahyara Vijajar. Dendriyata Hekar. Nivepale Vishashakare. Dharmajeji Vayati. Lopamoy Sadurmati. Takijita Katina Sankusare. Krishna Bora Doyamoy. Gori Bora Jiva Joy. Swapasaram Dilobai. Senam Ritapao. Radha Krishna Gunagao. Premidako Chaitanya Nitai. Bhagavat Prasad Ki Jai. Gaura Nitai. Yeah, that crushed it.